It smells really good. So good. Hello guys, welcome to Korean Bapsang. Let's make spicy pork bulgogi, another highly popular Korean barbecue dish that's great for your backyard grilling or for an easy stir-fry dinner. The dish is called Jeyuk Bokkeum. Jeju means pork in Korean. It's also called Jeyuk Bokkeum. Jeyuk is another word for pork. Bokkeum means stir-fry. Although these names are often used interchangeably, there are actually subtle differences depending on how the meat is cooked. I'll show you the differences. I have pre-sliced pork bulgogi meat from a Korean market. It's pretty thinly sliced. Pre-sliced ones are usually pork butt or pork shoulder with a fair amount of fat. But I also like to add some pork belly if I have it. Really, that extra fat makes it even more delicious. I happen to have some, so I put them out in the freezer section to defrost a little bit to be able to slice. Pork belly alone is just too much fat for this dish. You see the sound? Because inside it's just halfway frozen. It's quite thin. So this pork belly is about ½ pound and this is 1.5 pounds. So the recipe is a 2 pound. Now we're gonna put this aside and do our next step. Now back with the clean hands and clean knife, we're gonna cut some onion and scallions. So we're just gonna need about half of this. It doesn't really have to be very thin. And just roughly slice about like 2 inches scallions. Now we're ready to put together our marinade. Unlike beef bulgogi, pork is typically marinated in a gochujang-based sauce. This spicy marinade works really well with the fatty pork. It's spicy, but not overly spicy, and you can always adjust the heat level to your taste. I'm using 6 tablespoons of gochujang here for 2 pounds of meat. Now gochugaru, you can use 1 to 2 tablespoons. Gochugaru doesn't alter the saltiness of the dish, so feel free to omit it or adjust the amount to your taste. I'm using 2 tablespoons here and 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of rice wine, this is mirin, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I also like to use a little bit of honey because it adds a different sweetness and shine to the dish. Okay, black pepper. This is about a 1/4 teaspoon. And here's my sesame oil. One last thing, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but I like to use a little bit of grated apple. Apple pairs really well with the pork. It adds like fruity sweetness to the dish as well as tenderizing it. These days, people use gochujang, Korean plum extract. You can use it if you want it instead of apple, like just use a couple of tablespoons. And again, the sweetness you can always adjust to your taste. I'm just gonna add like 3 or 4 tablespoons. This is a good arm exercise. So in goes my apple. All right, next is garlic and ginger, and lots of them. You can scratch the skin off with a knife or a spoon works too. I'm gonna need about a tablespoon. Getting a lot of arm exercise today. Oh well, I was having fun. It's more than a tablespoon. That's okay. More is good. And garlic. You can actually just use a mini blender and just blend apple, garlic, and ginger finely. That's fine. All right, just mix it. Now we're just gonna add our meat here. Separate them as you put them in, be easier to mix. Now get in there Mix it all up really well. Every piece is getting tender loving care. And then we're gonna just mix our vegetables in. We're gonna let this sit in the fridge for about 30 minutes so the marinade does its magic. While waiting for the meat to be marinated, I washed all my vegetables for some vegetable wraps, and I'm going to show you how to make samjang. The spicy pork is really very well seasoned, so you don't really need a samjang to go with your sam, but some of you might still like it a little bit, so I'm going to show you how to do it quickly. If you have a doenjang and gochujang at home, it's really easy to put together samjang, and this is a very simple version. So I have 2 tablespoons of doenjang here and 1 tablespoon gochujang. This ratio is really up to you, but this is how I like it. So to this, I'm going to add some garlic. You can omit it if you want, if you don't like raw garlic in your sauce. And we need some sugar to balance all this saltiness out. You can also use a honey or oligo syrup. That will give the sauce a little bit of creaminess, but I'm just using half tablespoon sugar and some sesame oil to taste, but this is about 2 teaspoons. And we need some peppers. We need either water or rice wine to thin all this out. This is rice wine. That was about a tablespoon, but you can adjust it to the desired thickness. Sesame seeds. We gotta add that nuttiness, right? So just crush with your fingers. Lots of it in it. Mix it all up again, and done. You can actually add a little bit more water or rice wine to thin it out a little bit. Okay, let me do that, just a little bit. Just a teaspoon more. Oh, you can also add chopped scallions if you want. And I have other variations of samjang in my recipe post. I will add that link below. All right, this is done. So let's get our meat out. Okay, now we are ready to cook. So I'm gonna turn the heat on. Always preheat the pan when you cook meat. This first one, we're just gonna do 1 layer and then cook it until the meat is slightly caramelized. Make sure you open it up. Start with high heat and then just reduce it as necessary. Okay, so the meat is nicely caramelized. So this is bulgogi style, so 돼지 bulgogi, like in the pan or on a grill. This is done. I've cooked both sides. Now turn the heat up. I'm gonna cook another batch, but always wipe the pan in between the batches. It smells really good. I just have to try one. So good. Delicious, guys. Okay, this is done, so I'm gonna take them out. So in Korean homes, spicy pork is more commonly stir-fried, hence the name Jeyuk Bokkeum. So let's do it the Jeyuk Bokkeum way this time. For Jeyuk Bokkeum, we use more vegetables. My mom used to add like green cabbage, sliced carrot, mushrooms are good. I'm just going to add some perilla leaves, since I have a lot, and some garlic chives. And actually, this is how we used to have Jeyuk Bokkeum growing up. We stir fry like this with lots of vegetables. So the last touch, some sesame seeds, lots of them. Differences are not that big. That's why it says subtle differences. But I just wanted to show you how this dish is enjoyed in Korean homes. Now I'm gonna really do some. I have quite a few vegetables going on here. You can simply use red leaf or green leaf lettuce. To me, 깻잎 is a must. And this crown daisy called sukkat is both we used to have growing up when we eat sam. It's almost like nostalgic to me because our summer sam always had sukat. Here we go. Get a lettuce leaf and perilla leaf. And this is how you eat sukat. This usually comes with a long big stem. I just cut it off and put it like that. And then, and since I made samjang, I'm gonna have some. Wrap it up, right? And I'm gonna put all this in my mouth. So delicious. Okay guys, this was delicious. I hope you try it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.